Welcome back to the JDW Sports Podcast. And in this episode, I'm going to be discussing the Colts trading for former Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz. Now, the Colts gave up a conditional second, which could eventually turn into a first and a third for Carson Wentz. Now, I truly believe Carson Wentz was a superior option to some of the other options we had like Sam Darnold, Jimmy Garoppolo possibly, Jared Goff possibly, if the Lions were willing to trade him again, and a few others such as not David Carr, Derek Carr. Deshaun Watson wasn't really an option. Maybe Dak Prescott, maybe Nick Foles, but I think Carson Wentz was the best option out of all these, and Sam Darnold, because we've seen what Carson Wentz has. All these other guys I said, they're a little inconsistent. They have some inconsistencies. Jimmy Garoppolo is a game manager, not a game changer. Very much like Jacoby Brissett, but a bit better than Jacoby Brissett. And then you have Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold hasn't had a great team around him. He hasn't had much around him his whole start to his career. But besides the fact of the system he's in, besides the fact of some of the good things that could come out of him and the potential, he's very inconsistent. And he has an injury bug. Those injuries aren't as severe as Carson Wentz's injuries. But he's got some injuries. He's got quite a few injuries this past 3 years. Granted, he hasn't had good protection, but he still had plenty of injuries to have a little bit of concern, just like Wentz. Now, I believe the Colts would have given up the same for Sam Darnold, around the same for Sam Darnold, which I could have very easily seen happen. But that's why I'm happy we got Carson Wentz, because I think Carson Wentz has much more potential. I really thought that Sam Darnold was low risk, low reward. No, yeah, low risk, low reward. Carson Wentz was high risk, high reward. Now, we'll probably give up the same for Sam, but I still think Carson Wentz can bring this team further with what he has. He has Frank Reich, his former offense coordinator, and a great team around him. These other quarterbacks, they've had great teams around them besides Sam Darnold and maybe Derek Carr. Maybe Nick Foles as well. But we've seen what Carson Wentz has. And I truly believe Carson Wentz can bring us to the promised land, to Super Bowl contention. We could possibly be a favor of the AFC. Actually, no, I take that back because of the Kansas City Chiefs, but still, we could be up there. If Wentz is a half of what he was in 2017, his MVP caliber year before he got hurt, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be scary, and I'm really excited to see what he has and see if he could return to that form. Now, he doesn't have to return to that form for us to contend. Like I said, he could be a half of that, and we'd still contend. We would still contend. Now, no. Carson Wentz was hit 50 times. He was sacked 50 times in Philadelphia. And Wentz can move as well. Wentz can move. Now, last year, when Philip Rivers was on the Colts, he was sacked 19 times. And Philip Rivers can't move. But Carson Wentz can. He could evade some of that pressure, which I think the Colts were severely lacking in last year. I truly believe that's why our offense struggled last year, in the red zone specifically, because he was not able to move. I believe having those legs in your quarterbacks, or your quarterback having some form of wheels, some kind of leg, and still being able to run. That adds a whole nother thing the defense has to game plan for. That's a whole nother thing you could have in your offense. It makes Wildcats more viable. We could do more Wildcats with DeMichael Harris, Naheem Hines. Damn, it's gonna be cool because it's gonna be awesome because Michael Pittman was doing some end arounds last year too. It seemed like like how some players, yeah, they're good at their position, but they always have one thing that stands out a little bit. It's kind of like Russell Wilson with his legs. He's a very good runner and he's a very good passer, but he has some secrets there, some things that he could do that is his signature plays. So I think Carson Wentz was a much better option because Carson Wentz and the coach are going to have a good relationship. When this happens, when the coach and your quarterback has a great relationship and there's much talent that could be there, it often brings out the best in the quarterback. Or any player at that matter. Look at Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Look at those two. Look at Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Look at those two. Look at them. And where are they? Patrick Mahomes was in 2 Super Bowls his first 2 years. Well, first 3 years, I think. And he's had a great first 3 years with Andy Reid and the Chiefs. So I think this is a great move for the Colts. I think this could very easily bring us into contention. But I'm also going to say this very well could not happen. Carson Wentz could very well be what he was in Philly last year. I think it's unlikely. I think he returns to some sort of form we've seen in 2017. Heck, even 2018 and 2019 he was decent. If we get one of those Carson Wentz, anything but 2019 Carson or 2020 Carson Wentz, we're set. We're set. So, let me know what you guys think. I've heard a lot of Colts fans talk about it, and they're excited about it, but there are plenty of Colts fans that aren't, you know. But yeah, a few YouTube channels I want to give a shout out to. Colts Talk, appreciate him. He's always helping me out. Bring the Juice podcast. They're always helping me out big time. Engraven Vids, I think he is now, but he stopped in my stream and he gave me some love. He was talking about Colts, talking about football as well, and I just love talking football with y'all. So I appreciate y'all so much. Every single subscriber, I appreciate every single one of you. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and peace out.